all lit up with torches and floodlights. They built a whole town down here. Got a massive wall built out of shelves and beds and tables and whatever else.
I've been to some pretty big stores before, but I've never really got lost in a store. I've kind of lost my direction before, but could you imagine going into an IKEA and never being able to escape? Well, SCP-3008 is an IKEA store that apparently has infinite size within it. It does not match the exterior of the building, and some say that it's actually transports people that enter it into some other dimension that exists within that, full of humanoids that kind of resemble humans, and everybody that's ever gotten lost in there has formed a little society within it. It's the weirdest story ever, but when you think about it, other dimensions that have been told in different stories and movies and stuff like that are kind of like that, right? People go to these places and they get trapped there, and it's like an alternate reality, you know? So everything that is about this store is same but different than what you would think in a typical IKEA, and supposedly it's been separated from the rest of civilization where people can't access it, and it's monitored, except for the people that actually do testing, like the scientists and stuff. So I never really read into it up until now, but we're gonna react to an animation about the Endless IKEA, SCP-3008. So if you like SCP animations, make sure to go over to SCP Animated's channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you like reaction videos like this, make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. Let's get into the animation. Tumbleweed?
I can only assume this is the beginning of my sudden descent into insanity. I can't possibly be that bad of a navigator, and yet I've been trapped in IKEA for 2 days.
Wow.
I haven't seen another person the entire time I've been here. I thought it was a prank at first. Turn the place into a maze, get all the other customers out, and see how long it takes me to get lost. I realized that wasn't the case when I tried to backtrack.
Dang.
Everything had changed. Instead of the exit, it was just row after row of bookcases.
You know, I saw a show or a movie called Rose Red by Stephen King, and the house kept on changing like this. It kind of reminded me of this. If you haven't ever watched Rose Red, it's an older movie, but it's a really, really good one. You should.
So, I'm trapped in IKEA. The lights went out at 10 p.m. Nearly gave me a heart attack. The place is full of beds, though, and my phone has a flashlight on it, but no signal. So I found a bed and went to sleep. I spent most of the next day trying to find my way out with no luck. I did find a restaurant serving those meatballs, though, so at least I won't starve.
Wow. So, they still have, like, fresh food in it and stuff? That's strange. Like, who's preparing this stuff?
They were still warm and fresh, but I haven't seen anyone around who could have cooked them.
Weird.
I made my way back to the beds before the lights cut out again, since it's too dark to search with them off.
So it's like a day-night cycle.
If I wasn't sure there was something weird about this place before, I am now. I walked in a straight line for 3 hours before I came across a ladder next to one of those huge stock shelves that they have here.
Weird.
Climbed up to get my bearings, and it looks like this place just stretches on forever. Like that scene from The Lion King.
God.
Except instead of trees and grass, it's all these shelves and tables and crap.
Right.
I did see a person moving not too far away, though, so I headed over.
Whoa.
I thought it was a staff member at first. He was wearing the uniform. And maybe it was.
Like, when do you come to terms with there is something definitely not right here? Like, he thinks he's going insane, which I think I would too. When you see a person, you'd have to be like, hey, help! What the heck's going on, you know? Let's see what happens.
Maybe freakish 7-foot-tall monsters with long arms, short legs, and no faces are just the kinds of employees they want at Super IKEA.
Yeah.
The thing completely ignored me, though. And with no eyes or ears, I can't even be sure it knew I was there. I thought about shoving it or something to get its attention.
Not a good
But
idea.
its hands were big enough to crush a watermelon.
Yeah,
So I
not a
decided
good idea.
against it. It just kept moving along, and eventually I lost sight of it, so I decided to carry on the way I was going.
Weird, dude.
Anyway, no comfy bed for me tonight. Looks like I've entered the hard and pointy table section of the store.
Dang it.
Guess I'll have to make do with some bunched up tablecloths. My phone battery died during the day too. Didn't work anyways, but I still feel like I've lost some vital lifeline.
Uh-oh. 6 days in now.
I finally found some other people. Last night, 2 of those staff things came at me in the dark. Different from the first one I saw, but still messed up. I heard them coming. They were saying that the store was closed and I had to leave the building. All nice and polite.
We are closing soon. Please start to make your way towards the exit.
Where
The
is it?
store is now closed. Please exit the building.
What the heck?
I'm not sure which
dude?
part of that was weirder. That they don't have mouths, or that they were apparently trying to kill me while they were saying it.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
I saw it when I cleared another stand of those giant stock shelves, all lit up with torches and floodlights. They built a whole town down here. Got a massive wall built out of shelves and beds and tables and whatever else. I swear, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Anyway, I guess they saw me coming, or maybe they heard my bellows of fear.
Dang.
Because they had a gate open and 2 people were waving me in. I heard the staff thing slam into the gate behind me after it closed, still politely informing us to please exit the building.
What the heck?
Eventually, they
dude?
lost interest and just wandered away. They call the town Exchange, because that's what's on the sign hanging from the ceiling directly above it. Exchange and returns. It's all lit up against the night using lights they found and plugged into the power lines. And there are beds and food and people. Over 50 wonderful people, with regular-sized limbs and a full set of facial features.
So this is giving me the vibes of like zombie survival. You know what I mean? Like if there was an apocalypse, you know, a zombie apocalypse, you'd have to hold up in a fort away from the zombies. You know, this is giving me some serious zombie survival vibes.
I've been trapped here for 2 weeks now. Most of the people I asked said they stopped keeping track a long time ago. And one guy said he's been in here for years.
Wow.
There are rumors of people who do manage to get out. And of people who see the exit only to have it vanish before their very eyes.
Dang.
I went out scavenging for food at a nearby shop with Sandra and Jerry today. Once you learn the landmarks of this place, it's not so hard to navigate. The overhead signs help a lot, but there are others.
But it changes.
Not too far in the
I thought.
distance, a huge section of those giant stock shelves has collapsed against each other. And miles away, it looks like there's a giant wooden tower where someone might have tried to break through the roof to escape.
Wow.
It's at least a few days' walk from Exchange, so nobody knows for sure. We found some food in the shop. Guess the staff restocked it during the night, which was nice of them. There was a telephone on the wall, so I figured I'd try it out. There was a voice on the other end, but they were just talking nonsense.
Yeah.
Random words strung together with no real meaning.
So weird.
Didn't answer when I spoke to them anyway. Sandra says all the phones in here are the same.
So at least at this point you have people to talk to. And like, I mean, you can't think that at some point that you would just go stir crazy. If you were by yourself, you'd lose your mind, you know, eventually. But at least there's other people. Heck, you could probably procreate and just make a whole new society. It's like a different world, you know?
The staff attacked the Exchange last night. Must have been 20 or 30 of them, all just asking us to leave the store calm as you like, while trying to smash the walls down with their bare hands.
Holy!
Apparently this happens pretty regularly, so everyone was prepared for it. We had knives from the restaurants, lawnmower blades made into hatchets, a fire axe.
What?
One guy, Wasim, even made a functional crossbow. The walls have holes in them, which I hadn't even noticed before. But they're there specifically so we can stab out the staff when they attack. Took a couple of them down myself. They don't seem to bleed, which is weird, but they go down as easy as a regular person once you start sticking holes in them.
So they die.
We had to haul the bodies away in the morning. Apparently the dead ones will attract more during the night, so we had to get them away from exchange.
It's like zombies.
We have a couple of those trolley things they use to move big boxes around, so we loaded them up and took them over to pickup. People just name everything in here after whatever sign is hanging overhead. My curiosity got the better of me while I was unloading them, so I took a look at one of the more cut up ones.
Yeah.
They're just skin. All the way through.
What?
No muscle, no bone, no organs. Are they even really alive in the first place? Just one more thing on the ever-increasing list of weirdness that goes on here, I guess.
That is weird, dude. Day 67.
I've been here for a little over 2 months now. Not that much changes, as it turns out. A couple of the new people showed up. Same story as the rest of us. The staff attack the exchange once or twice a week. We kill them, and we haul their bodies off. But sometimes there's casualties. They killed this guy, Jared, a couple weeks back. It was awful, frankly. Turns out regular humans still bleed in here.
Yeah?
Even if the staff don't. We tried our best, but none of us are doctors. Jared was a good guy. He deserved better.
A doctor needs to get up in there.
We all do.
Sheesh. Day 139.
I tried talking to people about the stuff they missed from home during dinner today. Probably not the best idea I've ever had.
No.
Everyone seemed pretty down after. A bunch of people here have families. Husbands and wives, kids, dogs. But apparently some of the people here have some seriously odd gaps in their knowledge. The more I thought about it, though, the more it started to explain a few things. What if the reason no one is looking for all us missing people is because we haven't come from the same place? Maybe all the people here have come from different dimensions or realities.
Oh.
Sarah comes from a place where there's no Statue of Liberty. They didn't launch a space station where Wasim is from. If everyone here came from different places, even from ones that seem identical, there'd be no missing persons panic. No mass search. We'd just be a blip. A single missing person in a world of non-stop news.
So it is like an alternate dimension. But it's where a lot of dimensions
The staff attacks have been getting worse lately. 3 or 4 times a week now. With twice as many staff as there used to be. No idea where they all come from, or why the attacks have increased. We tried following one of them during the day a few weeks ago, but we had to turn back before we found anything. The attacks are getting bad now, almost every night. And with so many staff that the bodies almost pile high enough for the others to climb the walls.
Wow.
I think we're in real trouble here.
Yeah, that's some serious zombie vibes now. They're gonna be a breach?
I think exchange is done. We got hit pretty bad last night. Not many casualties, but the wall is wrecked. We finally figured out why the attacks have been escalating too.
Okay.
A box of supplies had a chunk of one of the staff in there.
Oh no.
No idea how it happened, but apparently a piece of one will draw them as well as a full body.
Wow.
Too late now in any case. There's too many bodies for us to haul away and still have time to fix the wall before night.
It's like blood to a shark.
Candace has called a meeting. I suspect there'll be talk of abandoning exchange. Maybe try and get shelter at checkouts or something. It's already getting late though. I don't think we'll have time to make it. Maybe some of us will. I was fine for the first week out in the dark after all. But then, how often can I keep getting lucky?
Right.
I'm only writing this for a sense of closure, I guess. I hope whoever's reading this is doing so from outside this place. Really, my biggest fear is that if I do die tonight, I'll just wake up here again in the morning.
Wow. Dude. Constantly being attacked like a war, not ever knowing what the heck is going on, hearing about people that are from similar places as you, but there's things that don't exist in their dimensions. What a freaky SCP, man. Holy. you know the lore is that they've put into these ideas of SCP is mind-boggling, man. Really, really, really interesting stuff, guys. I really hope that y'all enjoyed this reaction video and the animation. Make sure to check out the animators there, SCP Foundation. The links will be in the description of the channel, and I look forward to seeing you for the next one. Thanks so much for watching, guys. As always, this is Zueljin signing off, and we'll see you next time. Break it down.